Hey guys, and welcome back to the Ringer 57 YouTube channel. Today's video is a quick rundown of what we're currently doing. We are developing a log box using a damaged microsquirt. So if you remember back when I set Susie up, I damaged both micros. I sent one off to Peter Florence. He's a great guy, by the way. If you're in the microsquirt, megasquirt forums, hit him up. Had him repair one of them, and the other one I did not. So it has a dead injector driver circuit. So we're going to use that to our advantage. We're going to use this thing to log TPS, O2 wideband with an Innovate LC2, which I have on Chad's bike, and Scotty just got one to put on his bike. And we're going to go ahead and log RPM, obviously, because we need TPS and RPM to tune on Scotty's, because it's all I can tune is alpha N. And Chad's, the majority of what I need to work is in the TPS map. So let's go over what I got here.
On control one more time, see how we can do it.
So this is our rig, guys. We've gone ahead and simplified this down a lot. We got our serial data, positive, negative, and CAN bus. Yeah, all that shit, whatever. We got battery positive, battery negative on these two. We have O2 input. This will be the analog 0 to 5 volt off the LC2, which we're both running, so it works out great. We have TPS 0 to 5 volt right here. Good to go on that. I may have to add a sensor ground for that, but I doubt it. It should be fine. And then these are the wires. If you know the color, these are for ignition, but I've repurposed them using a chopped up old harness from Susie 1.0. This is opto positive, opto negative. These will go to coil positive on the opto negative and coil negative on the opto positive. That will supply a tack signal to this. So we're going to have tack signal in, TPS in, O2 in. And that should give me a lot more accurate logging than I'm getting with what I'm currently doing. What I'm currently running, let's get in here, is this. I'm running a data logger on ECU editor, and that requires me to be plugged into the bike and him to ride with this on his back. Well, the problem with that is anytime I bump the cable, it loses connection for a second. When it loses connection, the ECU shuts off and the log stops and gets all wonky, and we got to restart the log and all that, and it just gets to be a pain. Plus, he's going down the track with a fairly expensive laptop in his backpack, and a backpack nonetheless going pretty fast isn't safe. So we've gone ahead and eliminated the wiring with a Bluetooth adapter. All this will be zip tied up on the bike, pulling power from a USB port, and we can actually, I'm going to go ahead and power up the micro. I've currently got it bench wired with a fuse. Fuse is important. Go ahead and open up Tuner Studio. You can go to last project, which I currently have is Logbox. No, I do not want to update. Every time I update it, it goes stupid. Open Logbox, and this is just for power. I can plug this into the wall. I can plug it into a battery adapter. But that turns on my Bluetooth adapter. And it should, theoretically, connect. Now, I can also do that on my phone, as you guys have seen in the past, and I can use logging on my phone. Or I can log and graph while I'm here in high speed. I get pretty accurate on my phone, so that's going to be a whole lot better information than I'm getting on the other logger. The biggest issue we ran into is he's snapping through gears so fast it's not catching the data. Because ECU Editor was developed in like 2002. And this is a pretty current version versus ECU Editor that got bought out by Woolwich. So that's what we're working on. I'll update you guys as we go, getting this hooked up to the bike. And I think we're going to throw it on Chad's first, just to get it wired up. And then I'll have Scotty put the same weather pack connectors on his in the same places, so that we can plug into that and collect data. Scotty has a flash tune in his, which is pretty good, but it is, yet again, a flash tune. So we're going to go and add his power commander back to the equation and make the fine tuning adjustments, 3, 4, 5% adjustments based on the fuel, How old the MR2 is going to affect the oxygen content, going to affect his air fuels. The air during that pass is going to affect the O2s. We can't do anything with ignition in that case, but it really doesn't matter. That should already be done in the flash tune. We're just looking to finesse the last 4 or 5 numbers out of it. You know, we need a few more numbers. Chad's, in the other hand, is very off. So we went from a stock motor with a, what was that, short mag, it was a Brock short mag, to a stock motor with twin intake cams and a Sidewinder. So the Gen 1 intake cam changed his fueling dramatically. The Sidewinder, being wide open versus the short mag with a baffle, changed his fueling pretty dramatically. It's got some flat spots and some stumbles that just are not happy, and wow, that gives me a really sapphire blue eye. Anyway, we got to go ahead and get those finessed out of it and get it behaving the way it should. It's pretty good up top because really nothing changed up top. It's all down low. They got all screwed up. Oh, and we put frickin' short stacks in it. We didn't do much other than weld the head up. And we had to get a frickin' used jugs and a frickin' set of used pistons and stuff in it. We had all that within a couple weeks. The head took forever. But in any case, and we've switched his from a Woolwich tuned ECU to a ECU editor ECU so we can change up the nitrous a little more aggressively. We do not have nitrous currently installed in it. But before, if we wanted to change nitrous, we would have had to send the ECU off, get it reflashed with different ignition settings, different fuel settings, and go again. Now we can do that ourselves. That's the biggest reason why I started over with his. So he's running a stock ECU, and that's why we're on a learning curve here. But in any case, we're going on about 6 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you got any questions about this setup, go ahead and hit me up in the comment section. I'll be sure to answer you. I've currently got to go ahead and get my old computer out. I've got a individual who was in the comment section not too long ago who I'm working on a fuel-only map for. Now, I hadn't done fuel-only. That's part of why I wanted to do this. Because the settings that I'm going to use to get the tack signal and all that data are the same settings he is going to use. So I need to make sure they work before I send this tune off to this gentleman and he fights it and gets mad. Given I'm doing it for free, I'm not charging him, so he shouldn't get mad. But at the same time, I like people to be happy. I want him to be able to do like everyone else who's gotten a hold of me for a tune where I work out the bugs. Yes, it takes me a few weeks to work out the bugs when I don't have the bike right in front of me and I'm having to use different bikes. But once I get the bugs worked out, usually I send them a tune file, they pull it from Dropbox, and their bike starts right up. It's not quite perfect, but it's running enough to ride, and they can start collecting data logs and making edits. And I can usually help them through the first few edits. So, anyway, guys, I've rambled on enough. Have a beautiful day.